if you are new here, then welcome. But kind of everything is going to be new here, and it's because I have some exciting news. So you'll see in the background I have a vintage jacket, and I'm obviously wearing a wrestling tee. So we're off to an interesting start, right? Well, as I've talked about in other videos recently, I'm getting into vintage selling. It's a passion of mine that I've always had, and when I first started this channel, I started wanting to explore all of my passions to see what you guys would want to hear about. So I started talking about love, lifestyle, and leadership. And then later on, I added business in because that's something that I'm also passionate about and I've also coached on in the past. So my idea originally was to give this whole YouTube thing about a year. And that's exactly what I did. So we're looking at right around a year in a couple of weeks or about a month, basically a year since I started the idea. And I really wanted to give it a year because it takes a while for things to sink in, the algorithms to sync up, and all of that good stuff. And what I wanted to do was talk about all of those topics and see what resonated the best with all of you and what perspectives of mine you appreciated the most. And what it happened to be was very overwhelmingly, you want to hear me talk about love. You want to hear me talk about dating, relationships, breakups, and all of the things in between. And I'm really excited about that because that's really what I love talking about the most. But again, I don't want to put words into your mouths. Like, I'd rather give the option to the viewers. So what was happening though is those videos were getting lost in the YouTube algorithm by my other videos, because if somebody's interested in a dating video and YouTube happens to sync them up with my next video, which might be on style or vintage or business or, leadership connections and all these other things I was talking about, it just wasn't working for the YouTubes out there. YouTube really wants you to talk about one thing consistently, unless for some reason your personal brand is strong enough to where you can kind of vlog and do whatever you want. So what I've decided to do, a year in, we stayed very consistent for a year. Yay me, I'm very bad at that, so I'm happy about that. And what we're going to do from now on is I'm going to give you exactly what you want. I am going to talk about love. We'll talk about dating. We'll talk about relationships, and we'll talk about breakups. And it's interesting because there's still so much that I can talk about in that scope of things. And it's very exciting for me because I can really give you an in-depth look on my thoughts on all of those topics. Again, I've been through all of the things. I've been divorced. I've been in relationships. I've lived with a boyfriend. I'm dating right now. I'm doing all of the things, and we're kind of all in this together, right? So it's a really exciting thing, and I'm really excited to give all of you what it is that you want from me. So as always, if you have any questions or topics you'd like to hear me speak on the topic of love in the future, go ahead and drop those in the comments, or as always, you can email me at lovemegansummer@gmail.com or follow me on the Instagrams at lovemegansummer. So as I mentioned, I still have this passion for vintage, and you'll see it behind me. This is a Mickey Mouse jacket that I picked up today. It's super 90s. I love it. And I grabbed this wrestling tee the other day. This isn't a vintage one or anything. It's only 2016, but it's just cool. It's very cool. And it looks great on me, I'm just gonna say right now. So what I'm going to do with that stuff is I'm going to try this. I'm going to start a YouTube channel for my vintage stuff. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. When I have it up and running, I'll shoot a link in the comments, or I'll mention it on another video, but I will be keeping those topics separate just so that I'm giving you guys what you want, and I'm also giving the YouTube algorithms what they want. And you'll notice that this past week I didn't post a video, and that's because I've been kind of taking a break and redesigning all of these things so that when I come out, it comes out with a punch for all of these new decisions that we're making, and I guess not new topics that we're covering, but I guess segregated topics that we're covering. So I really hope that you're happy with my choice on doing this. I hope that you understand why it took me so long to make that decision. I really wanted to test all of the concepts out. I feel like I'm in marketing. That's kind of what we do. We give it the long game. I like the long game. And we try things, and then we make a conscious, informed decision. We go from there. I will also be redesigning my website, which is megansummer.com. But even in the redesign process, you can still book a time with me if you want my one-on-one attention. And it's very cheap. It's like $25 to work with me one-on-one. It's just easier sometimes than having to type out a huge answer, and then it takes me a minute when I get a lot of information to sift through it and have to get back with you. I love it. It just takes me a minute because, again, I want to match your energy that you're giving me. One of the easiest ways to really get at me is through Instagram direct message. Emails are great too, but Instagram is just so easy to just kind of go back and forth. And right now I'm not charging for that. So just reach out to me. I mean, I love this channel. I love all you guys. I love making new friends. That's why we did this. And a lot of you have been doing that, and it's just so fun to get to know you and to get to hear from you and to understand that, you know, my videos are relevant, and it really helps me create new content as well. So if there's a video that you would like for me to make, please either drop it in the comments, email me, direct message me, or if I don't make a video on it, I can always just try to get back with you for a specific answer. So starting next week or so, we will come out with all fresh new videos. For now, I'm gonna still try to hit weekly. I might go down to bi-weekly. I'll kind of keep you updated on that because I might do one video for this channel, one video for my new channel. It just kind of depends. So we're in the testing stages with that, but what I want to do is make sure that I can remain consistent for you and give you the things that you need. If you're interested in the vintage stuff, like I said, I will get in touch with you again when I have all of it ready, but you can always follow that journey on Megan Summer Vintage on Instagram, which you can find through my regular Instagram, which is Love Megan Summer, or you can find me on Depop, which is Love Megan Summer. See, all of this links back. It's just all me. It's just all the things that I'm into, and I hope that some of you enjoy it as well. So anyway, I love you guys. Thank you so much for staying with me this past year. I know that I don't have like a ton of subscribers, but each and every one of you I appreciate. And I really hope that we can grow together as a community as we get bigger, and also just as individuals, personally and professionally. And relationships are so important, and love is so important, and it's something that even, you know, the most gifted person at the topic can continue to learn through the rest of their lives. So let's keep doing that together. Anyway, I love you guys. I will talk to you soon, and thank you so much for staying with me.